Hey my lovely YouTubers, welcome back to my YouTube channel with me, your girl Morgan Tracy J, coming today with another morning coffee video, all to help you embrace the shift in your life. If you are new here, boo, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube family and you check me out over on the gram because I'm always sharing some powerful behind the scenes content. Well guys, today I'm going to be giving you 5 ways on how to embrace the shift in your life. And you might be thinking, what do you mean by shift? And I always believe that no matter where you are in your life, God shifts you. Literally like the foundation you're standing on, He shakes it up and He shifts you to get you to the place that He wants you to go for your better version and for your calling and for your purpose. I truly believe that because I've seen that over and over in my life. But today, I want to help you get to a place where you can embrace that shift and not fight that shift. So the first thing about embracing that shift is acknowledging open doors. This right here means that you believe that there are open doors all around you. There are open doors within your vicinity, open opportunities, open chances for you. If you can't even believe that there are open doors, then that means that even if there is a shift, you're closing yourself off to it. But when you have faith and believe that God is opening up doors for you and closing doors that no longer serve you, then you have the optimism that you're seeing things differently. You're going every day believing that there are open doors for you, that there are open doors for your vision. There are open doors for your ministry. There are open doors for your ideas. There are open doors right before you. There are open doors for your love life. There are open doors for your family. You're believing that. And since you believe that, you're going to see more of that in God. So you have to first, though, believe that there are open doors. If you believe every door shut to you, you can't get over any obstacles, that you're always stuck, you're always going to be depressed, then trust me, boo, it's going to be hard to embrace a shift because you can't even see the blessings all around you. The next thing is that you're in a season where it's time to embrace a shift. It's usually going to come with something you have to let go of. I have learned this many, many times that God has required me to let go of something I've wanted to hold on near and dear to get what He truly had for me, something better. And I will say this has come with money at times. This has come with an idea I've had of myself and things I wanted to do. This has come with relationships or whatever. I've had to let go of certain things to get the better that God had for me. And I want to encourage you, if you're noticing you're struggling and you're stressing about a certain situation or a certain thing, it's time to let it go, boo. That means detach from it. Take your power back from it. Let it go. This means walk away from it. Release it. Open up your door and push it out. Let it go. Because what you're doing is you're saying, God, I'm letting this go. I'm releasing this little bitty thing I've been holding on to because I believe that you have better for me. That right there is in the process of letting go. You're getting closer and closer to your shift. You're getting into the place where the ground is now breaking and you're getting ready to shift, okay? So let it go, boo. Let it go, okay? The next thing is in the process of letting it go, trust God. This right here is something I say all the time, but trusting God is what really, really is the foundational pattern. If you can't trust the process and trust that God has got you, that means you got to get more increasing of your faith. You got to go back to the basics. You got to get back in that word. You got to get back in that prayer life. You got to go back and remember what God has already brought you through so you can have the faith today to trust Him. You've got to trust Him in this season. If you let something go and you're hurting, trust that God is still with you. Trust that God will make you an overcomer. Trust that God has helped you through it. Trust that God has already went before you and He sees you on the other side. Trust that God will not leave you nor forsake you. Trust that, okay? And so I want you to get to a place where you trust God. You trust that even when you made the decision, you trust that He's going to do and He's going to be with you. I remember when I was leaving my job, I remember the day I was walking out of my full-time job, I had such this overwhelming excitement, but I also had this holy fear, y'all. Okay, your girl was scared. But I had to trust that I believed that what God told me was true. I had to trust that He said I was going to do better without it. I was going to make more. I was going to increase and expand. I had to trust it. And His word is still being true and performing every day too. So I had to trust that, okay? So be willing to not only let go, but trust God in your process. The next thing is you got to ask God for new ideas and a new vision. This right here means is when you want to let something go, now you have this abundance and you have this room for something else. And so you're trusting God, but you you do have room. And so now you ask God for new ideas and new visions. This means that's new ideas. New things can come to you in the late night hour. New ideas, new visions, new fire. I mean, means newness can come into your life. If you haven't even thought before of a certain thing, God can give you an idea and get you so fixated on that you're going to something higher. You're believing for something more. I want to tell you, ask God for new ideas and new visions. Ask God for something new in your life. Ask Him for that river of that springing water. Ask Him for something new. Because guess what? If it's been years and you feel dry, you feel desolate, you feel alone, you feel like God has forsaken you, you feel like God has forgotten about you, I want to tell you, it's time to let the things go, but it's time to trust Him and ask Him for something new. And there's a scripture where it says, I will do a new thing in you. Believe that God will do a new thing in you. Believe that God will spring forth something new, and He will do something new inside of your life. Ask for new ideas and new vision. And that right there really is about putting seed in the ground. When God gives you new ideas and new visions, now tip number 5, it's time to put the seed in the ground. And that is what your actions and your faith, okay? You got to put seed in the ground. So for example, I remember there was a season I believed my ministry was going to start making $5,000 months. I believed it. I believed it so strongly in God. I put seed in the ground. I remember I gave someone $500, which was 10% of that $5,000. And when I gave that to them, I believed that God was going to cover the ministry. He was going to bring $5,000 months in the ministry. I believed it. And guess what? God did it. He did it. And I want to tell you, He didn't do it instantly. He didn't do it in the next week. He did it within the next few months. But when He did it. And I'm like, that's my God. I want to tell you, put some seed in the ground. I'm not just speaking money. Put some seed in the ground with your actions. Put some seed in the ground with your beliefs. For me, years ago, I would put seed in the ground with prayer journaling. I would journal about what I believed God told me I would be doing. I journaled about what He told me I would be doing on YouTube. I journaled about, that was me putting seed in the ground, and then I followed through with action when I showed up every week trying to do what He told me to do, okay? Put seed in the ground. So when I believed my ministry was going to have $5,000 months, I put seed in the ground to make sure we would have $5,000 months. When I believed that God said I was going to do something on YouTube, I put seed in the ground by not only writing it out, but planning and executing on the content. Put seed in the ground, boo, so you can reap your harvest, okay? And that right there is so big to so many, but you got to think about it. If I need God to come through for me in a certain area, I need to put some seed in the ground, and that is my faith. That is me showing God I have faith. That might be me telling somebody what God is going to do. That might be me journaling about it and believing God for what He's going to do. But I have to decide to have faith and move forward in that, okay? So I want to tell you, get some seed in the ground and also reap your harvest, boo. Just believe Him, trust Him for those open doors, and reap your harvest. I want to tell you, when you go through a shift in your life, it can feel like all hell is breaking loose, and it can feel like things are just not working. You can feel lost. You can feel depressed. You can feel depleted. I'm trying to tell you, boo. But what happens is, all of a sudden, your faith gets stirred up. All of a sudden, you get a new fire. All of a sudden, you see new horizons. You get a new belief. That old desolate place you've been walking in, that dry desert for a while, the person, when you turned your back to God and was focusing on the wrong things, you eventually turn back to God, and the thing that you was focusing on is now behind you. You ain't even worried about it no more. You focus back on God. I want to tell you, that is how you know you're getting in a shifting season, because your focus is back clear. You're back clear. You're back focused, and you're on the mission and the path that God has for you. And I want to encourage you with that, because I personally am not perfect. I have went through many different shifts in my lives, and I've also noticed God have had to caused me to let go of many different things in my life also. Many different things I've had to let go of so I could step into the fullness of what God had for me. And for this one time, there was a relationship. For another time, it was me letting go of doing some personal, it wasn't necessarily sin, but it was like a personal thing I was doing that I didn't truly want to let it go. But when God truly put that on me, and when I finally let go of it, it opened up so many other doors. And so it's just depending on what God has put to you, and He will structure it to your life. It might not be the same thing I have to let go of, or the girl up the block, but God will structure it to your life, and He will require that of you, and that will cause you to shift. That will open up room in your life for the more that God has for you. So I hope this video blessed you, boo, and I hope you go and embrace your shift. So I hope this blessed you. I love you so much, guys. I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah! I love you, and I'll see you later. Also, don't forget, comment down below your biggest takeaway, and I'll see you later. Bye. Whew. Thank you, Jesus.